Servers work hard. They also have tales. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Your Server. Our first tale is from Physical Location 21. This was around 10 years ago and one of many of my worst server experiences. I was a young whippersnapper of around 20 years old. I was working at a restaurant that could be defined as a French-inspired bistro. We had a table of 8 come in, on the older side of middle-aged ladies, all in very similar knitted sweaters, and it was clear from the get-go that there was a leader. From the very beginning, I felt the leader wanted a fight, and her friends were her sheep, disciples. The ordering process was the leader bossing around her friends on their choice of orders, and then shaming them all for eating the butter with the complimentary bread. I found it odd that they were all strangely just agreeing with her, while still dipping into the ramekins of butter. The leader ordered the New Zealand salmon fillet. I thought, great, that wasn't too bad. How wrong I was. I deliver the leader's salmon fillet. It's a deliciously crispy skin-on fillet, perfectly cooked, with a lovely array of sides. As soon as I put the dish down in front of her, all hell breaks loose.
"What is this?"
I reply, "This is the salmon fillet you ordered."
"But this is a fish."
I was, of course, questioning all of my life choices. Yes, it's the salmon you ordered.
"I ordered salmon, not fish."
I was honestly gobsmacked at this point, and my little 20-year-old brain couldn't compute that this grown-ass lady in her white pearled sweater was unaware that salmon was a fish. To my utter dismay, shock, and disappointment, all of her disciples started aiding their mighty gray-haired leader, saying, "Yeah. I ended up saying, "But salmon is a fish?" That was the wrong thing to say. She got up from her chair, right up into my face, and started screaming at me that how dare I be so insolent, and that I was trying to embarrass her in front of her friends, disciple sheep. She then proceeded to spit on me, on my face. I think I just went into shock, really. Thankfully, the chef had seen this lady spit on me through the window, and had got the manager, who then kicked them out. Thank God for supportive managers. So, you know what? The customer is not always right. And in case you're also in the dark about this, salmon is, indeed, a fish. Stay safe. I don't know what surprises me more. The fact that this lady was able to manage a group of other Karens, I'm assuming, her sheep disciples, and not really be that intelligent herself, or the fact that when she got called out, she just outright spit on you. Either way, she seems like a piece of fucking work, and I'm glad that you had a supportive manager that removed the whole group. This next tale is by Dapper Captain 5261. Quick background, there's a customer that always comes in and orders food that's way out of his budget, and then plays the "I'm broke" card every time it's time to cash out. And each time he's short, either one of the grill cooks or the customers would pay for him. And this would irritate the servers because if neither other patrons or the grill cook picks up the check, then it'll have to come out of their own pocket. The servers hate that guy. Well, I got that guy today, and I know his game ahead of time. He placed his order, but not before he showed me that he has money this time. I took note of the exact change he had. I gave him his food and left him alone for a bit before giving him the check. He then came out with the same spiel about how he ain't got enough. His total was $6.50. I remembered the $5 he had and told him that I got his $1.50. He thanked me and was about to leave until I stopped him. I asked for his $5 to cover the meal, and he acted brand new. Like, this man tried to gaslight me, saying that I told him I was gonna pay for it. I corrected him and said that I told him I was gonna put $1.50 in the drawer for him, and that he needed to cover the rest. We went around in circles, going absolutely nowhere, until my patience ran out, and I told him that this is a business, and not a soup kitchen, and he needs to cover the rest of the check before I get a manager on him. He threw the money at me and called me a bitch on his way out. Ugh, never again will I serve that guy. I never get surprised when somebody attempts to do a good deed for somebody else, and that somebody who's having a good deed done for them tries to take advantage of the good deed doer. I really can't stand people like that, but I'm glad in this case he had to give up his $5. And our final tale is from Agitated Honeydew. So, Saturday night, we're one of those places that gets massive lunchtime rushes, but not so much at night. So, during lunch, there might be a dozen people hustling their asses off, but on a Saturday night, there's like 3 people there. The manager's stuck working the grill, I'm stuck on the line making salads and washing dishes as it comes up, and my coworker John. It's a pretty chill gig. Then John gets a call. "Where's our order?" What?
You were supposed to deliver our order for a wedding reception an hour ago.
Okay, I'll grab a manager to deal with this. So the manager talks to the wedding planner on the phone, trying to salvage the situation. Turned out they had actually ordered food for about 150 people 6 months ago through corporate, and there was actually a woman in charge of coordinating such large orders. But there was a corporate reorg, and she forgot to tell anyone about the big-ass order. At this point, the 3 of us are trying to see what we can do to try to set things right, and the manager is calling up other branches to hook her up, since we don't have nearly enough food prepped to handle that. Eventually, the wedding planner tells my manager,
"You guys suck. The wedding party just ordered pizza and barbecue. You ruined a wedding. You guys suck ass."
Edit. Keep in mind that I wasn't on any of the phone calls, just around hearing half the conversation, then being told what was going on. I figured that the wedding planner was an amateur, maybe the bride's friend or sister, which explains the Baby Town Frolics Act. No clue about what happened to the corporate catering lady. Never heard of her before or after that. Would be nice to know she got fired, or at least in deep shit after that, but I don't know. I don't feel guilty about it, since my coworkers and I did nothing wrong. I do kind of feel bad about it, but that's just basic empathy. We tried to salvage the situation when we found out about it, and, well, I got a story out of it. It definitely seems like the wedding planner might have been kind of a novice at that, because whether you do something months ago, I still feel like the responsible thing to do would be calling to check in to make sure that plans that were set 6 months ago are still in effect. Alright, that's enough tales for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Tales from Your Server. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.